A very good morning, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and dear guests. Welcome to meeting number 252 of the Gabbys Club. Welcome to another power-packed meeting full of learnings, speeches, evaluations, table topics, and much, much more. I am Toastmaster Priya Singh, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we proceed further, I'd like to highlight some of the key guidelines to ensure that we have a smooth and productive meeting today. The session is for approximately 2 hours. You are requested to stay with us for the entire duration of the meeting to get maximum benefit from it. You all are requested to keep your cameras on and audio off unless you are required to speak during the meeting or need to speak. While at Toastmasters International, there are no restrictions on speaking on sensitive topics such as sex, religion, politics. Here at the Gabbys, we request all members, participants, and guests to be mindful and refrain from any controversial views on these sensitive topics. At the Gabbys, we stand by our club mission, which is to create a supportive and positive learning environment where members are able to build communication and leadership skills, thereby enhancing their confidence and personal growth. So, without further ado, I would like to call upon our presiding officer for today's meeting, Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Toastmaster Saurav Datta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmasters pathways. With over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney, he is experienced expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, nonprofits, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and lifelong learner, Saurav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. So let us all put our hands together and welcome the presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Over to you.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible. Let me just quickly confirm once. Okay, thank you so much. And let us get started with this meeting. I think this is the meeting number 252, right? Nancy? 252.
Yes.
252. I hereby call the meeting to order, the meeting number 252 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. So today I do see a few guests. So I'll first ask them to quickly introduce themselves. I see Shiva. Shiva is a road taker today. I know. But Shiva, though you will be formally introduced in some time, why don't you give a quick introduction about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Shiva. I'm from Interprofessional Toastmaster Club. It's an online club, so I've been the Toastmasters around last 5 years. Yeah, the Toastmasters means a lot. And whenever I get opportunity, I used to attend and get to know a few things on new things as well. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm taking role today's table topic about it. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shiva. I also see Vivek Jain. Vivek, are you a Toastmaster or a guest? If you can quickly introduce yourself. Vivek, would you be able to unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Okay, so we'll wait for Vivek to respond. I'm sure during the course of the meeting we'll get to know him better. So today, before I give my view address, I would want to first welcome a joke master for today, so that we can start the meeting on a lighter note, and then we'll get on to more serious stuff like the introduction by the PO. So I don't think this man needs any special introduction apart from the fact that he's a brave heart from Bihar. or there is a saying, like, hum mein apnapan hota hai. There is a sense of togetherness in the word hum. And when I think of hum, this is one person who very clearly comes to my mind. The very vibrant, the very energetic, and trying to be the very humorous Toastmaster Pushpa Mishra, our Toastmaster of the. You need this? Thank you.
You will speak. Yes.
Good morning, fellow dear Toastmasters and dear guests. As sort of already introduced myself, that I am proud Bihari and a proud Indian. Let me tell you that I have worked in big corporate company where I have heard so many sophisticated words like synergy, bandwidth, collaboration, etc. etc. And my Bihari brain always try to translate this sophisticated word in simple terms. So today, let me share a few corporate words by using my Bihari language translator. So in every corporate meeting, there is a meeting called the brainstorming session. What we usually do, we sit in an AC room, having coffee and snacks, and discussing the ideas. Well, in Bihar, we call it panchayati, where we sit under a tree, having tea and lot of gaps. Well, the only few difference which we have that we used to take tea instead of coffee and snacks. Obviously, we don't have budget for that. And the main difference is in Panchayati, decision takes faster than corporate office. Next word is we must have heard in every corporate meeting called collaboration and alignment. In Bihar, we call it थोड़ा adjust करना. Both have same meaning, which means boss ने बोला है, so do it quietly. Next word, it's very sophisticated, and in every meeting we hear that, sir, we don't have bandwidth. We call it दिमाग खराब है, so talk it better. Well, so dear Toastmaster and guests, whether it's a corporate board meeting or panchayati, principle is very common that use common sense, and that is not common in everyone. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pushpa. So one good thing about this humor that Toastmaster Pushpa brings in is that it does not need to be something very technical, something very dry, something which he'll observe. I'm pretty sure that each of us have heard these words being used, right? So this is what we call as an observational humor. I think one of the big reasons that I would request you to join the Gabbys meetings every Saturday, even for the first 10 minutes also, if you join, one thing that you will observe is that every speaker who comes here, they may be good or bad in terms of the usage of humor. There are various levels, that comes from the degree of comfort or the punchlines that you are using and all that. But one thing that you will clearly observe is that everyone has a different sense of humor, has a different style of humor. And that's what it makes it unique, right? When someone like Nancy comes and does a humor here, you typically see something which is a high humor or a self-deprecating humor, right? Self-deprecating humor is where she's making fun of herself. I also use self-deprecating humor a lot. Pushpa, on the other hand, has a lot of observational humor or situational humor, where he picks up humor from the everyday life. Sometimes it's from Bihar, sometimes it's from the corporate world, sometimes it's from the CA faculty, right? So I think this is one very important lesson for all of us, because one thing is fairly established, that you cannot be a good speaker unless you have some degree of control over humor, right? So you don't need to be a stand-up comedian to be a good speaker. But no matter whatever your message, whatever your purpose, or whatever your audience, adding some degree of humor makes it much more acceptable to the audience. So I think that is one thing that I would want you to keep in mind. So this is an example of how we can probably rewire our brain and kind of start looking at humor differently. Talking about rewiring our brains. So this is something that I did with cooking. So I was never a good cook. And whenever I would cook something, whether it's as simple as something as boiled rice or a dal, right, people would start judging me, saying that the rice was not well cooked or overcooked, or the dal was not well cooked. Dal had a bit of more of saffron than it should have, or a bit of more of turmeric than it should have, and all those kind of things. So typically, I used to get very irritated with this entire thing about cooking, because people that I'm cooking for, they are the ones who start criticizing you, obviously, because they are the ones who are having the food, right? So they are absolutely right. They have the rights to comment on the food. But think of from a cook's perspective, this is not my full-time job. I'm making a nice dish or trying to cook rice for my family, and what I only get to hear is that this was not good or that was not. I started getting very depressed, and I stopped, even entering the kitchen. Then one day what happened is a thought came to my mind that people can only judge me on dishes which they have ate, or they get to eat very often, right? They cannot judge me on dishes which they have never ate. So I started cooking some things which are very exotic and very different. So one thing I tried, I had a lot of leftover jalebis. I think that's a common problem in every Indian household. You buy 2 kilos of jalebi, and then you have only two people who say that I am jalebi going to eat it, and the rest of them is like, I am on diet, I don't eat jalebi, and goes on and so on. So what to do with those jalebis? Typically, we throw them. So I made something called the jalebi cake. No one in this world have had a jalebi cake before, right? So you could either say whether you liked it or you did not like it. There was no preconceived notion, no benchmark. My mom used to make better jalebi cakes, because your mom never made a jalebi cake in the first place. Then similarly, I took something called mango rabdi. Now, mango rabdi is not that uncommon as a jalebi cake, but not that common as white rice. So again, not many critics. People basically love what I did, because they didn't get to eat so much of mango rabdi. A very recent experiment I did is a lost dish of Bengal called palo. So this was very famous in the Bihar Bengal border district, Purulia and all. Its name is very simple. It's called Palo, Palo. You can Google it. So Palo is a very simple Bengali sweet. I searched and I found the recipe and I made it. It needs only 4 ingredients and just 5 minutes of time to make the sweet. It's really yummy. I cooked it, and I actually gave it to Nancy yesterday, and I said that please take it to the meeting today so that all of us can have it. She said that she blissfully forgot to bring it, which clearly shows that the dish was done well, right? Otherwise, why would she forget to bring it? So, anyways, good things that don't get shared. We all know that. So, Pago is again something that was created. Why all this? Because I'm flaunting a bit of my culinary skills, but the intent here is for us to understand that just by rewiring the brain, by thinking a little differently, I didn't stop people from criticizing me, I didn't stop cooking. I just found a different set of dishes equipped enough to criticize, right? Because they don't have that knowledge. So rewire your brain, rewire your thought process a bit, and you will find that things are much more doable and acceptable. Now, to tell us more on this, we have our Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day for today is Toastmaster Kapurna. I do have a very elaborate introduction of hers, but I do avoid that because those introductions are very formal, and most importantly, they only say nice things about people, right? They don't say the real things about people. So I want to say what's the real thing about Prapunna. So Prapunna is not Purana, and there is a joke around that because her name, if you don't know her, but Prapunna is, I think, the surname. Her first name is A-B-L-S, not like that. It's like A for something, B for something, L for something, and S for something. It's pretty daunting to pronounce her name. So people stopped, she writes as Prapunna ALS, hoping that people will at least be able to pronounce Prapunna. But they are also very disappointed when people started calling her Purana. So finally, at one time, she had to kind of raise her hand and say, hey, I'm not Purana, I'm pretty Naya. So, and she is here with a very Naya concept today as a theme. So, all over to you, Toastmaster Purna, or to our taking the session forward. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the mind expanding session on rewiring your brain. Our today's theme. Can anyone tell what does that mean to you when you heard the rewiring your brain? Anyone from audience? Okay. We have noticed, we must have noticed our thoughts create our mood and our moods will create our actions. So, what if we change the way how we think? What if we create such mental shifts by making small changes so that we can experience better moods, so that we can make our actions turn out much better than we attempted earlier? That is what our session or today's theme, rewiring your brain, means. Science call it neuroplasticity. Let me give an example. A girl, she got a medical problem once. I didn't exactly remember the technical terminology of that, but the solution for that is to cut half part of her brain. So, as you all know, when you cut the half part of the brain, it will result in uh, paralysis of the other half of the body. But here was what happened to her. As soon as the half part of her brain was cut, the other part sensed that danger, and it has created the shifted the entire pathways of how a brain responds, and it took responsibility for the other half. As a result, that girl still staying healthy, although she has some problem with the paralysis for the right part of the body, but it didn't affect her majorly, and she is working like a healthy adult being, although she has some minor problems. So, this is how, if you reprogram yourself, your brain, it will create wonders. So, science call this neuroplasticity. Before we dig deeper into that, let me start with our inviting our general evaluator. And before that, let me give one quick brain fact. Repetition strengthens brain pathways. That's why habits form after consistent practice, roughly 21 to 66 days. So let me invite our general evaluator for today's meeting. Our general evaluator is Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta is a two-time Distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 pathways with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney. He is a seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now, a social entrepreneur, he founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, non-profits, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and a lifelong learner, Saurav is a passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Let me hand over the stage to our general evaluator for today's meeting. Over to you, Saurav.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm still audible.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. So as a general evaluator for today, my job is to evaluate this entire meeting from the start till the very finish of the end of the meeting. And in fact, I have already started in evaluating the meeting even before the meeting started, since we also get to see the promotions and everything that happens around the currency. But during the course of the meeting, I have a team which helps us in evaluating this meeting. So the first member on this team is Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta. Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta is the timer for today. Toastmaster Sanjay has over 15 years of experience in the real estate and finance industry, focusing on commercial strategy and operations. He currently serves as the Senior Director for Commercial Delivery and Resilience at JLL. Originally from Rewa, Madhya Pradesh, Sanjay has lived and worked across the country and has been calling Bangalore home for the first 4 years. So over to you, Sanjay, to
Thanks.
introduce yourself.
Thanks, Saurabh. So my role is today timer of the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'll be shifting between yellow, amber, and red. So I'll just for a example, I'll share my background so that you have a look. Okay, so this is the yellow when you are at the 5-minute juncture. Then you'll see yellow. For speech, for 6 minute, when you are at a 6 minute, you'll see amber, and 7 minute you see red. For evaluator, that will be 2, 2.5, and 3. For table topics, it will be 1, 1.5, and 2. That's all from me. Thanks, Saurabh. Back to you.
I understand that the voice is not coming clearly. Is it better now?
I can hear you, but it is a bit kind of, yeah, but it's doable, yeah.
Is it better?
I think it is better now. For
It
me,
is
at
better
least.
now?
Yeah.
Can people online please confirm? Is it better?
It's better.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think it's because of the in-person mic that we are having. It's creating some trouble, so we'll fix it. Next, we'll move on to the language evaluator for today. Our language evaluator for today is Toastmaster Rahul V. Toastmaster Rahul is a network engineer at Walmart. He loves solving complex connectivity problems by day and hitting the road for a run or bike ride after office hours. I remember very recently Rahul did a session on different types of helmets and how the safety codes of helmets are very important for us to understand what helmet to buy. Rahul, please remind during your introduction which meeting was that the day. I would request everyone to please go and watch that on the YouTube video, not for becoming a better Toastmaster, but for staying alive. Because that actually tells you very nice tips in terms of choosing the right helmet so that you don't go and crash your head. I think it's a very, very important session. Absolute must watch kind of a session speech. So Rahul, please do remind us which one. If not, if you can't remember, just recollect and put it on chat. So Rahul is the language evaluator for today. Rahul, over to you.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, General Evaluator. And yeah, regarding the session which I did on the helmet review or a little bit of education session was on 30th October. I think that it should be available on YouTube. You can check it on 30th October. It was a Q&A session which I did, and I did answer a lot of questions which people asked regarding helmets. And coming towards today's role as a language evaluator. First of all, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the language evaluator, I will play a unique role in today's meeting. My job is to focus on how effectively language enhances or deracts from communication. In this role, I'll be doing a mixture of R counter, grammarian, and also the word master. I'll be noting down filler words like like, and also be taking a note of good word usage, or like whenever we use good word usage like metaphors and similes and all that. And coming to the last session, I mean the last thing, which is the word of the day. Today's word of the day is going to be banter. So what is the meaning of banter? Banter usually means when we joke about it's when we joke about to each other in a friendly way. A good usage of this word is that the soldiers bantered with him as though he was a kid brother. And another usage would be sheared Tom exchanging good-natured banter with Jane. I also post the word at the chat box for all of our reference, and I'll be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Please do put the word of the day on chat. And I also noticed that the link of the meeting that I was talking about has also been posted on chat. So if I would request if someone can also put the timestamp and share that, that would be useful. Rahul, if you can also do that, that's also fine. The timestamp if possible, so that people can just watch the speech that I'm talking about. With this, we'll move on to our listener for today. And our listener for today is Toastmaster Nirmita Bhattacharya, a fellow Bengali, an HR professional with 15 years of experience, 16 years of experience. She has been living in Bangalore for the last 14 years with her husband and her 8-year-old daughter. Originally from Varanasi, she completed her schooling and college in Calcutta, and she's passionate about traveling, cooking, and finds deep fulfillment in leading a life that's driven by purpose. Over to you, Toastmaster Nirmita.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Saurav Datta, and good morning, everyone. So, I am the listener for today's meeting, and I will be listening closely to everything said during the meeting. Then I will be posting more interesting questions to test our listening skills at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devata. And that was my team who's going to evaluate. Along with this, I also have got a couple of evaluators and a table topic evaluator who will be joining me towards the end of the meeting to present the evaluation for the full meeting on all the aspects of the meeting. I would now hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prapunna, for taking the meeting forward. Over to you, Toastmaster Prapunna.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sora. Now, let us start with the prepared speeches section. For that, let me first invite our speaker number one, and let me confirm evaluator for speaker number one is present here. Nancy, are you there? Could you please confirm your presence?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Now, our speaker number one, Ankur Vishwakarma, is presenting a speech from Presentation Mastery Path and Level 2, Project P3. Project name is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. Speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And an intro of Ankur is like this. Ankur Vishwakarma is an entrepreneur and computer science engineer who seamlessly blends technology with business. While he thrives at the intersection of innovation and enterprise, his true calling lies in animal welfare. Ankur is deeply committed to improving the lives of animals and driving lasting, meaningful change in their well being. Let's welcome Ankur Vishwakarma on the stage. Uh, the
Thank
speech
you.
title of his would be okay. Ankur, that third speech, Ankur, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the day of the day. Do you remember the time when you joined Toastmasters? Some of us do. Do you also remember the time when you took it seriously? Because I feel these are two very different things. It's like buying a yoga mat and actually doing yoga on it. When I joined Toastmasters, our Gabbys family used to have 3 clubs. And I used to attend every meeting, every single minute of them. I was excited, motivated, inspired for exactly 2 speeches. And then I vanished, just like gym members do after January 15th. And I was thinking that maybe Toastmasters and gym membership have some similarities. When we join with a lot of motivation and we give all the power in the first 10 days. And then we miss one day. Then third, 3 days. And suddenly it's time to renew our memberships. Isn't it? So when I joined, I gave my 2 speeches and I thought that I've already created 2 masterpieces. And I didn't want to paint another Mona Lisa or build another Taj Mahal. You know, when you join, the learning curve is a little steep. You have to write your own speech and then you have to deliver it also. And then you have to incorporate the feedback in the second speech. I thought I spent all my creativity in my first 2 speeches and I was tired and I needed some break. You know, however, what is little different in gym and Toastmaster memberships. Because when you vanish from the gym, nobody notices. However, in Toastmasters, when you stop giving speeches your mentor does. And the mentor is just like a class teacher who may not teach you some subject but remembers you. And at that point of time, my class teacher was Toastmaster Jaspreet. Toastmaster Jaspreet, when she saw that I was not attending any meetings, used to call me almost every week. She was like, Ankur, when I am hearing your next speech. And I, like a baby, used to cry, ma'am, I have so much work. I don't know how to handle work and life. She would listen me very patiently. And after that, in a very understanding tone, she would say, Ankur, if you don't have 2-3 hours in a week, why did you join Toastmasters? And again, I would start my tantrums. I was VPPR of the Gabbys then. And I would be like, man, they are also giving me so much work. They are asking me to create 3 posters for 3 different clubs. All my time goes there. And that's where the leader in her came in. She said, okay, it's fine. If that's the problem, what I'll do is I will create the poster for my club. She was the president of one of the clubs. I will ask somebody else to create the poster of the second club. You just create one poster and deliver the speeches. You know, the mentors know that you are giving reasons. And even after all that, I didn't come back on stage. She, however, kept calling, and we started talking general things like how is AI going to change the world? How can she use AI? What am I doing? At the end of every call, however, she will say, I am excited to hear your next speech. And after a lot of talks and push, I finally scheduled my third speech. That third speech, I don't know, changed something. Before that speech, I was afraid of stage. After that speech, I was hungry of stage. Before that speech, it felt like stress to speak. After that speech, it felt like speaking gave me some kind of power. You know, you're just one speech away from getting that confidence. And that speech was the turning point for me. And that turning point happened because my mentor didn't lose hope on me. However, it was a little sad because while I started being regular, Toastmaster Jaspreet got better responsibilities in Toastmasters and she moved to some higher level and stopped attending our meetings. I wanted to tell her so much, but I had already let her down so many times that I didn't call her. Unless I attended a recent humorous speech contest at the club level. And luckily, I got second position. There came her message. Heartiest congratulations, Ankur. So happy to see your face among the winners. See, my friends, that is what mentorship is. The mentorship is not about just reviewing your or correcting your speech drafts. It's also about correcting your self-doubt. Mentorship is not about telling you what to say. Mentorship is about telling you or reminding you that you have something to say. And today, I want to take this speech as a moment to thank all the mentors who I have been lucky to be a mentee of, and to all the fellow Toastmasters that I have gotten this chance to learn, to improve, and to teach. And one thing is clear, that I may not be getting my 6 packs from the gym, but I would be able to get a better speaker and become a better leader if I continue to do what my mentors are telling me. Because mentorship is not another feature of Toastmasters. It is the heart of Toastmasters. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur, for a wonderful speech. Now, let me hand over the stage. Before I hand over the stage to the second speaker, let us play a small activity. So, I want quick participation from all of you. So, this activity is called mind reversal. I'll give you a, a phrase or a sentence. You have to offer a fresh perspective for that. Suppose if I say, I'm not ready for this challenge the reverse perspective would be that's exactly why I'll grow from it. I'll give a negative statement. You need to offer a reverse perspective for that. Or if I say, I can't learn something new at this age. Every day my brain loves learning more. Is that fine?
Yes.
So I'm giving this statement. Making mistakes is embarrassing.
By making mistakes, I learn.
Wow, nice. I'm afraid to ask questions in class or meetings.
Questions helps to clarify my doubts and get better results for future.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. My work is not being recognized. Anyone?
Journey to the moon starts with a small step.
Oh, nice. I should be able to handle this on my own.
Together, we can walk longer than walking alone for a shorter distance.
Nice. I just said two more things. Bad days means I'm failing. Bad days means I'm failing.
Failure is a stepping stone for success.
Nice. Some people are just born talented. I'm not one of them.
I will take the opportunities and learn myself to reach next to them.
Wow.
Or even no geniuses are born, they're made. Everybody has put an effort to become where they are.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. So, by thinking from a new angle of a familiar situation, you have just rerouted your neural energy. So, literally rewiring your mental pathways. The fun fact here is thinking in opposites enhances the anterior cingulate cortex, the part of brain responsible for adaptability and problem solving. So, with this, let us hand over our stage to the second speaker. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan, and her evaluator is Toastmaster Devashish. Are you here, Toastmaster Devashish?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So, Paduka will be presenting her speech on from her path presentation mastery level 2 project P3. Project name is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, 5 to 7 minute speech duration, and the speech title will be okay. A short introduction of Toastmaster Paduka. Toastmaster Paduka Kannan has been a Toastmaster for more than 5 years and an ex-VP membership of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. She is a past area director of Area B1, District 92. Professionally, with more 14 years of experience in automotive segment, she is a project manager and a solution architect. So let's welcome our Toastmaster Paduka for giving her speech. Toastmaster Paduka, that invisible hand. That invisible hand, Toastmaster Paduka. Over to you.
Behind every success story, there are not one, not two, but multiple invisible hands. Rise and shine, Gabbys. Initially, I often imagine mentors are wise gurus sitting on the top of a mountain. Later, I thought mentors are someone who are quite successful in their life, right, in terms of wealth or in terms of position and role. But later, in truth, or in fact, I realized they walk beside us, sometimes as colleagues, sometimes as friends, sometimes as Toastmasters, sometimes as a quiet example that they teach through action, not advice. So I have such multiple invisible hands in my life. And today, to state a few, starting with number one, our parents. Of course, for most of us, parents are someone who would be mentoring us either throughout the life or at least to some point in our life. And for me, they are the support of my life. One such example is, as usual, in one of those days, I started ranting out 2 WhatsApp messages that my life is gone. I'm a failure. And I've been literally ranting for around 10 minutes through WhatsApp. But my parents replied with a very few words about the achievements that I've done. And maybe also citing few guidance that how maybe I can face this trouble. So thank you for my invisible hands that turned my fear into faith. I was able to get up, brush myself off, and then start to run again. Number 2, my professional life. My boss, my current boss, Mr. Rajendra Chowle, he has been my boss for quite a very long time, maybe more than 10 years. He's one such bosses who doesn't pull you down or hide you from outside. He is one such boss who made me also seen to the outside world, but at the same time guide me from time to time. How do I need to handle? Especially he's an expert in people management. So I learned those things from him. So thanks to him for being my invisible hand that turned my fear into faith. 3, during my Toastmasters journey. So in Toastmasters, I say each and every one of you over here are my mentors. Because I learned something or other through every speech of yours, through even every TMOD session of yours. And especially from my very first, of course, my only mentor in Toastmaster Ashish. We didn't have any intense mentorship sessions, but he's a king in giving a humorous speech. So I learned humor from him. And I gave my very first attempt in a club contest. And that day, I realized I can do humor. In fact, I went to the division contest, and that's my very first attempt as well. So thanks to him and to all the members over here to be my invisible hands that turning my fear into faith. Similarly, I'm grateful for all those members who are along with me, starting from my fitness trainers to my music teacher to even to those game partners, who teach me how to hold the badminton bat, how to hit a smash. So thank you for being my invisible hand that turning my fear into faith. The last, definitely not the least, the biggest support of my life or the biggest mentor of my life is God or universe. Every single time when I break down, either through a small voice from externally to my inner voice, I see hope. I see, yes, everything is not over yet. So thanks to him for being my invisible hand that's turning my fear into faith. So if you see all these mentors, the most important trait of a mentor is they're not judgmental. They accept who you are and they walk along with you so that you feel at ease. At the same time, you will learn from them. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you rise and shine in your journey, remember those invisible hands that shaped your path. But be that someone, be that invisible hand for someone else as well. Because when we lift others, we don't dim our lights, we multiply it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paduka, for a wonderful speech. Now it's time to start our table topic segment. Before that, let us play a small activity again. This activity is Habit Rewire Tracker. So, we all might be having some habits that we tend to change, but we never take a step to change them. So I'll tell an old habit of mine, and I wanted to switch that up with a new one. Suppose I'm very lazy to wake up in the morning. So my new habit will be I will be joining a club, some 5 a.m. club in the morning, so that I can build my association with a group of people which will help me wake up early in the morning. Similarly, tell me a habit of yours that you would like to change with a new habit. So anyone here who wants to upgrade their habits? Yes, table topics evaluator. You are not audible.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to give the topic, or else I need to choose which one is really.
No, you can tell yours, otherwise I can also give.
Okay. Yeah, so I used to have the pain, back pain and shoulder pain, leg pain. Well, because of my work like that, I used to sit for a long time. But I avoid it by standing instead of sitting and working. That's a new habit of things. Instead of having sitting, always working and focusing very much, let us stand and work. Give a little work to your leg and relax to your back sitting position. And
Nice.
one more thing I need to tell. Instead of using right hand in your mouse and mouse always, it will get tired. You can use left hand also. Give practice to left also. You can easily give to your right hand. So you will get balance. Even you take Sachin Tendulkar, he's a right hand batsman and left hand bowler. So that's how we can avoid giving more strain to a particular part. You can relax. Entire body will work out for you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. So I would like to share one more experience of me where I have the habit of not maintaining proper posture while walking. Then I took it as a challenge. I practiced for almost 1 year to get the straight posture. Every time I bend myself when I'm walking, then I used to remind my brain I shouldn't be like this, I should be very straight. In almost 1 year, my posture became very picture perfect. So, will anyone else would like to share any habit of theirs, or they would like to upgrade? Yes, Ankur.
So I have gotten this habit recently. So earlier, what I used to I used to do things without planning much, and a couple of things failed. So now I have gotten into habit of over planning. Now I spend a lot of time planning before I actually take action. So I want to like get back into a proper balance of like planning and like let's say taking action.
Yes, nice. Anyone else?
I think someone is already. Can I?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I follow this something called habit stack, right? So if you're doing something all the time, like you will definitely do, then if you want to develop a new habit, you attach that habit with that. Like for example, you wake up every day in the morning. So if I wanted to like have a habit, let's say oil pulling, like you put an oil onto your mouth and then you goggle into it for like 10-15 minutes for health, then then whenever I get up in the morning, I have to do that particular habit. So that's how I sort of help to build habits for, at least for me. So once that is formed, then I know after that I need to do this, so that you'll keep remembering that a sequence, and then that's how I develop habit. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paduka, and thank you everyone for your participation. Neural pruning happens daily. So when you switch to new habits or when you always remind your brain by suggesting new things, so your brain forgets the old connections and it try to make new connections so that you can create better habits and so you can create better actions. With this, let us start our table topic segment. Also to mention, even table topics, during table topics you used to think something which was not planned, so that you're giving your brain a chance to explore. So this is also a way of forming new brain cells. So let us, I request everyone to participate actively in the next segment. So for that, let me invite our table topics master for today's meeting. Our table top.
We will be having 5 minutes of break.
Okay, let's have 5 minutes of break. We'll meet at 10:56. Hello all, welcome back. Hope everyone got has came back. Shall we start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Impromptu speaking lights up the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision making, problem solving, and adaptability. So, friends, table topics is not just a Toastmasters tradition, it's real brain workout. So, the more you engage in quick thinking, your mind learns to navigate uncertainty and reframe challenges. So, I request everyone to participate in the upcoming table topics session. For that, let me invite our table topics master. Our table topics master for today's meeting is Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Mamta Jain brings with her a unique blend of creativity and logic, being both a visual designer and an engineer. This rare combination shapes her perspective, allowing her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision. Beyond her professional pursuits, she finds joy in swadhyay, really reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. She has joined Toastmasters with a clear and inspiring goal to become a more confident and impactful speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paduna, for the warm introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the table topic session for today's meeting. Table topics enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. You can think of it as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. This also provides the speaking opportunity for any member who is not on duty in the meeting agenda. Guests may also participate if they wish. During table topics, I will invite a member or a guest to attempt a table topic. Each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes of time. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. You will get an additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech.
Mamta, just to add to it, just to kind of clarify that I don't have a green card, so I'm doing yellow, amber, and red. 1, 1.5, and 2.
Yes.
Okay.
I will show green card at 1 minute, yellow
Okay.
card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. And you will get an additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech. Our theme for today is something truly fascinating: rewiring your brain. That means every time we try something new, every time we practice a skill or replace a negative thought with a positive one, we are literally reshaping our brain. So, when we step onto this stage, we are rewiring confidence. And when we listen mindfully or appreciate others, we are rewiring empathy. And when we fall, learn, and rise again, we are rewiring resilience. Let's start our table topic session. Those who are interested, please raise your hands. Okay, Toastmaster Ravi, would you like to speak?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Ravi, what is one habit you would like to rewire in your brain? What is one habit you would like to rewire in your brain? Toastmaster Ravi.
Did you say rewire in the brain?
Yes.
One habit which I want to rewire in the brain. Okay.
Yes.
So one of the things which purely from a productivity point of view, which I see at different times, whenever a new complex, very, very, very ambiguous, nobody has any clarity, those kind of work items come at office or in your general daily life as well. The immediate action generally, which usually works for me, but I generally don't follow all the time, is put down the problem on the paper and try to simplify what it is and what I need to solve for. And what generally ends up happening is that, I go into a bit of procrastination, analysis, paralysis in the head, and it ends up taking more time to get to even first stage, which I could have worked out immediately by just putting everything, writing on the paper and thinking about the next steps. So I think that is one habit which I would definitely want to rewire, and yeah.
Thank
That's
you,
all from my side.
Master Ravi. That is such a relatable answer. Now, for the second table topic, who would like to speak? Suchita, would you like to come on the stage?
Yeah,
Okay. Are you guest or a Toastmaster?
I'm a guest.
Okay. Okay, Suchita, how do you train your mind to stay calm? How do you train your mind to stay calm, Suchita?
How do I train my mind? I train my mind with doing the meditation. And I have recently heard about Pratak Kriya. I am a person who is always thinking, which makes me give me so much stress. While I'm doing my job, I used to see that once the things are not on a place, my thoughts are bombarding on me, which makes me uncomfortable. So recently I have heard about the Tratak Kriya and I have recently started doing that, which makes me calm my thought process. And I am very vigilant while I'm seeing the things with the thought. Those things help me to improve my thought process, improve my calmness, and this is how I am improving myself. I think we should also learn the meditation. This is one type of meditation that I'm doing, but we should have to learn the meditation. And nowadays, we have seen the stress is everywhere, stress on the job, stress at home. So we should have to learn the meditation, which makes us improving our own things. Thank you. Over to you.
Wonderful reminder, Suchita. Calmness truly comes from consistent practice. Now, next, who would come? Toastmaster Ankur, are you ready?
I think we have in-person attendees if anybody there want to take a shot.
Yes, we have got two guests. Would you like to give it a try? Sure. Okay, we have our guest coming up. You can come up on stage. This is your mic. You can state your name and you'll get your topic.
What is your name? Who want to come next?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, hi all, I'm Murli. I just joined the club as a guest student.
Okay. Your topic is, if your brain had a reset button, when would you use it? If your brain had a reset button, when would you use it? Over to you.
If my brain has a reset button, I would reset all the way back to my college days. Particularly the day when I entered into my college as a freshman with all my luggages back in my backpack, waiting in the line for getting the admission, meeting new friends who later became my best friends, so as to say. So I will be resetting my memories back to those old days compared to the busy metropolitan routine work that we are doing. So that will be the best part, I want to reset it to the bad old days. The second reason I would say is because back in those days, my brain and my body was so active, correlated, energetic. I was hitting the gym every day, playing every weekends. So this correlation is what my brain and my body is missing in this busy life. So yeah, I will be resetting that due to these two reasons. Yeah, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice perspective. Sometimes a reset is all we need to start refresh. Thank you. Next. Dev, would you like to speak next?
Okay, I can try.
Okay. Your topic is, what role does gratitude play in shaping your mindset? What role does gratitude plays in shaping your mindset? Over to you.
Ten years ago, can you hear me all? Can you hear me? Yeah. 10 years ago, I had a job change. And the very first month I heard from the management, the CEO of the company in APAC, that we need to work on the mindset change. And I did not remember why he said that. But as I progressed and within a year, I realized that everywhere people are doing the things in the old way. They are not able to change the process, the technology, and even if there is some technology available in the market, they are not able to adapt it. So I thought, how do I change this? Now, as I go deeper and deeper, I realize that everyone is so attached to the way things being done, and they're not ready to change. So I had to change myself first. I had to see how I can bring some change which can lead them to believe that we as leaders can walk the talk. So the first thing I did is that I took some examples, not from my previous organization, but within the organization. And I said, hey, hello, this is the way it works. Let's try it out. And once it works, one simple step, and then they believed that, yes, it may work, because drastic change never happens. Our brain is not wired to adapt to the changes. And that's the reason when I showed them the example and let them believe that this works, then they came to me and say, okay, let's try it out in another location. And that's the way we try to bring the changes. And that's the only way we can rewire our brain anytime, because it's not easy in today's world to adapt, to make any change. So, my dear Toastmasters, what change are you bringing in your life, in your career, in your personal friends? So, let's hear it out. Back to you.
Thank you. Wonderful thought. Now, next, anyone from in-person meeting who want to come?
Yes, we have one more guest.
Hi, this is Pooja. I'm a guest for today.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Your topic is, imagine your brain is a garden. What would you plant? Imagine your brain is a garden. What would you plant? Over to you.
The first thing which I would like to plant would be gratitude, because in this busy world, we fail to thank the each and every individual who become a part of a routine later. Like, say for example, in the first day, I would make friends, but later, as they become part of a routine, we actually forget that they have helped us a lot to shape who we are today. So we need to thank everyone, starting from our parents and from our household till the day where we reach wherever we come to. So the first thing is gratitude, and the next thing which I would like to plant is to unlearn and learn new things every time, because today at working in corporate, we get used to this routine. Like we do the same thing again and again. Our brain becomes like it doesn't learn new things. We just do the same thing and we don't get to learn new things. The first thing that I will do is to unlearn and learn new things every day. It's just that we should not have a brain static. On a daily basis, we need to keep ourselves updated, learn new tech blogs or everything, and push ourselves without being static. So that will be the second point. So that's it. Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Next, who want to come on the stage?
We have Pushpak. Pushpak coming up next.
Pushpak, Toastmaster Pushpak.
Hello.
Hello. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your topic is, our brain loves comfort zones. How do you step out of yours? Our brain loves comfort zones. How do you step out of yours? Over to you.
Well, in day-to-day life, I recall the situation, the comfort zone of a brain, that I always have a dream from last 2 3 years to awake early in the morning. It's not like that I was not doing that. During my CA days when I was preparing for CA exam, I used to awake at 4 o'clock, and that also without missing a single day. But from last couple of years, when I'm in corporate and like all exams are over, I used to awake around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock sometime, and still I feel tired. So I have observed the things that it's not about how much time, quantum of time we sleep. It's about the brain decide that what you have to do in early morning. Just take rest. So if I need to rewire my brain, definitely I have to plan my day in advance, so that I am very certain that when I awake early in the morning, what are the things, what are the steps which I should perform, so that brain are ready and without alarm I can awake. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. That is courageous. Stepping out always leads to growth and confidence. Now, who would like to speak next?
We had Toastmaster Anku raising his hand multiple times.
Yeah. Are you ready, Toastmaster Uncle?
Yes.
Okay. If your brain were a computer, which file would you delete? If your brain were a computer, which file would you delete? Over to you.
At this point, after seeing what life really is, I don't want to delete certain files. I want to do a whole system format. I have gotten so many biases, as today's theme speaks about, that everything that I see these days comes with some bias, some prejudice, or some judgment. And that's what I feel makes me look at the world with not too much clarity. So, given a chance, I would try to keep certain memories, of course, in the hard drive and delete most of the experiences which made me create certain beliefs, certain things that are hindering me to see the problems really well. And when I think about it, it didn't start. It's more like when you get a virus in your computer, it's not that all files get infected at once. All the files that come after you have virus will get infected. So that's how it has been. That first thought, or let's say that first corrupted file, caused me to look at the world in certain way. I would start cleaning with it first, and then try to see how it works. And if it doesn't, anyways, sometimes it's good to format your brain and restart fresh. Back to you, table topic master.
Interesting intake. Deleting that file might just free up space for creativity. Thank you. Now, Toastmaster Shravan, would you like to speak next? Toastmaster Shravan, Toastmaster Rahul.
Yeah, I can take up a topic.
Okay. Toastmaster Rahul, what daily activity do you think shapes your brain the most? What daily activity do you think shapes your brain the most? Toastmaster Rahul.
This is one brain activity that I think shapes our brain the most. It is watching Instagram reels and YouTube shorts. One thing which we can't avoid at all, and one thing that dictates the mood on how the day is gonna go. Whenever I see happy reels, I'm in a happy place. When I see sad reels, I get into a sad place. No matter what I tried, even in YouTube shorts, I tried disabling the shorts for myself, but it keeps reappearing at all times. I have this habit where I reinstall the Instagram app, and after like 3 hours, I go back and install it again. So this is one thing which is really takes up a lot of thoughts and dictates a mood. I think one of the ways that I'm trying to kind of get rid of this myself is instead of just detaching myself totally from it, I just slowly shift from shorts to short videos now. So at least from like putting myself in this 10-second format, I sit and watch something useful for 4 to 5 minutes. And I think this is one way which I would say has reshaped my brain, and I'm trying to get out of this. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topic Master.
That is very insightful. Thank you, speakers, for those wonderful reflections. Each of you just demonstrated what rewiring your brain truly means. When you change your thoughts, you change your brain. And when you change your brain, you change your life. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
You are on mute, Toastmaster Pratham.
Oh, I'm on mute. Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta, for a wonderful table topic session. So let us start with our evaluation section for today's meeting. Let me hand over the stage to our general evaluator for today's meeting. Over to you, Saurav.
Thank you so much. So we are in the last leg of our meeting, but the most important leg, which is the evaluation round. So as Dr. Ralph Sismetli had mentioned, evaluation and mentoring are the two cornerstones of Toastmasters journey. That's what makes Toastmasters special. So the way we will do the evaluation is I'll first share my feedback till the time till now, right? So whoever will come and then we'll have the evaluations. Then we'll have the tag team coming in. I know post DTM Devashish, you have to leave. How much time do we still have for you to be there? How long?
Just 10 minutes.
Another 10 minutes? Okay, right. So what I'll do is I'll first then start with the evaluation of the speakers. Then I'll do the evaluation of the meeting. And then I'll invite the TP and the taggle team. So let me first invite our first evaluator. I mean, this is our second evaluator evaluating the second speaker, but we are asking him to take the stage first because he has another important commitment. Just come up now. So, distinguished Toastmaster Devashish Das is the founding president of the Mijuho Singapore Toastmasters Club. He has been a corporate trainer across 10 countries in Asia, loves making a difference by constant learning, coaching, and feedback. One of his favorite quotes, the past is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why we call it a present. So we're looking forward to Toastmaster Devashish Das, the distinguished Toastmaster Devashish Das, to share his evaluation and feedback on the speech of Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. May I request the speaker, the evaluator, and the timer to be spotlighted, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I'll start my evaluation. As you rise and shine, be that invisible hand. Do you remember that quote from Paduka Kannan today? She told us, she took us through the story of all the mentors. So Paduka, what you did very well is throughout your speech, your body language was really incredible. Every word you spoke, every sentence you made, every statement, you had your gestures so well driven to state a few, number one, put you down, each and every one of you, your body was moving, your gestures were right, appropriate. So keep that up. We all can learn from you how to use the best part of your body to express what you want to express. Second part, which I loved about your speech is that this topic is not easy. Talking about the mentors is the last thing we want to talk. How do I create a speech on mentors? And you did it very well by choosing all the mentors in your life, from your parents to your boss to the Toastmasters, all of them are on the table, and finally to the God, to the divinity, to the universe. Very wonderfully done. And it is a good reminder to all of us that yes, we all need to acknowledge the mentors in our life. Some of them are very, very invisible, as your topic says. Now, a couple of points for me to highlight for you to take the speech to the next level. I know it's a difficult topic because talking about mentoring and bringing your story, you gave a lot of examples and you had a structure, you had a good body and you had a good end. But what about changing those examples into a personal story? Why not, instead of talking about a lot of bits and pieces, bring a good example? It could be one example, it could be 2 or 3 incidents which are linked to each other, which tells us about exact what is happening in your life. Because what you said are very general things. It's a narration. Show us how. Take an example, whether it was your parent or your boss or a Toastmaster. Take one example of your incident and take us through how you were struggling and the mentor came in your life and he or she helped you out of that struggle and made you a better speaker, a better child, a beta, a subordinate, whatever it is, right? So that will tell us bit more excited about hearing your own personal story instead of a general thing. That will also make sure that your structure is much better because you start with a very good beginning and the end, but in between you have your personal story. And you can you can still do those things in the end. You can say, for example, you can finish by, after your story ends, you can say, my dear Toastmasters, if you are a parent, are you turning your child's fear into faith? If you are a boss, how are you turning your team's fear into faith? If you are a Toastmaster, how are you turning other Toastmasters' fears into faith? And give a long pause and then finish with your statement, which is, as you rise and shine, be that invisible hand. So my dear friend Paduka, fantastic speech, good body gestures, good purpose. But if you can change the everything change to bring your personal story and strong message, it will be another better speech. Thank you for bringing us. All the best to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Devashish Das, for that very impactful evaluation. I liked a few things about your evaluation. The first thing is that you didn't just tell, you actually showed her how to do it. I think demonstration is one of the best ways of teaching because it's so easy to say that, bringing more energy or bringing more life to your speech, but to actually demonstrate to the speaker exactly how that energy and life has to be brought in, or what is your expectation, right? That is something that definitely helps. Now, whether to do it or not do it is absolutely up to the speaker, but at least from a feedback standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. The other thing what I liked about your evaluation is that you started off with one of Paduka's signature lines. She absolutely loves these lines and this line, rise and shine, Gabbys. We have been rising and shining ever since Paduka joined us because of her constant inspiration, right? So today, when you pick up a line from the speaker's speech and use it to hook your evaluation, anchor your evaluation, what it does is it actually gives the speaker the confidence that you have been invested in this speech, right? And you feel the speech relatable. I've given a line which is memorable. I'm giving a line which is repeatable, right? So without saying in as many words, it gives the speaker a very high, a big high, in terms of the quality of the speech. I think that that is a great way of making the speaker feel valued. So thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Devashish Das. I don't have any specific recommendation for your evaluation. Paduka, just I would say, I absolutely love that line. So please don't stop using it. Because when I see you taking the stage, I know that again you're going to come all smile, brighting up the screen and saying rise and shine, Gabbys. And we do inspired by that. And I mean it when I say that. Thank you so much. With this, can we have a big round of applause for the speaker and the evaluator, please?
Thank you so much, Paduka. You can rise and shine to be the crown, from the Paduka to the crown.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Toastmaster.
so much. I
Deeply
really love it.
appreciate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we are now going to move on to the next evaluator. Our next evaluator is again another distinguished Toastmaster, our very own homegrown distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal, who's also the charter president of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and the director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training LLP, which is a vibrant consulting and training services company which serves MSMEs, nonprofits, and corporates across India. Nancy brings in more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. She is the charter president of the Gabbys and currently serving as the VP Education of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal, for the evaluation of Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma.
You want this here?
Sorry?
You want the camera this way?
You want to use that, is it?
Yes.
All good.
Yes.
All good.
Thank you. Thank you, TTM Saurav, Toastmaster Ankur, and my dear fellow Toastmasters. Do you remember why you joined Toastmasters? Well, do you remember why you stayed back? These were the two questions, you made my job easier with. These were the two questions using which you made it so relevant for me to stay back for the entire speech. That was such a hook, and that was so reflective. I just love the way you started your speech, and I love the way you made us all remember, walk down the memory lane. And for those who are not remembering this, you ensured that they need to answer this question for them. So, absolutely beautiful line to start your speech with. Now, coming to the part where I would say you had rhetorical devices used in abundance, starting with a metaphor to Mona Lisa or Taj Mahal. Then you also used rule of three, where you said that, okay, I joined, I stayed back, and then I vanished. Rule of three here, and many, many, many more. So, absolutely love the rhetorical devices usage. Then I must say that when you talk to us, you also just didn't throw the words, you used humor, you ensured me feel the feelings with you. There was a dialogue, there was humor, there were something or the other sprinkled all throughout the speech, which made us stay with you throughout the speech. So these were some of the things that actually were flawless in your speech. Now coming to the part which where I felt it was not that flawless. Starting with the content of the speech. The speech titled That Third Speech. Well, Ankur, I was waiting for that third speech. Where was your third speech? What was your third speech? What is it that made you change your life in Toastmasters after that third speech? You did mention your third speech, but nothing around it. I felt that that's where it was a bit incomplete. It was a bit leaving the loose ends in your speech. So next time when you're taking up stage, ensure that you are having that conflict stayed there in the speech for a little longer so that we can relate to the conflict. What made you change after that third speech? Now, next thing I felt was exaggeration was missing. You talked about Jasprit. You talked about how you used to cry with her. To add more humor to your speech, you could have been, ma'am, I'm too busy. Add in that exaggeration. You say, I came, I prepared speeches, and then pause. I vanished. So that pause, that exaggeration adds flavor to your speech. These were the two things I felt were missing. A little bit more content on the conflict part and the exaggeration. Apart from that, a wonderful job done in explaining what mentorship is all about. Thank you so much. Over to you, G.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Boyle. So, I'm a bit confused about how do I evaluate Nancy's evaluation because of two reasons. One is that this was a fantastic evaluation from a contest standpoint. I think if we are attempting a Toastmaster evaluation speech contest, I think this is how you should actually perform on the stage, because that definitely improves your chances of winning the contest. Now, where I'm confused is that how much of this evaluation was actually usable for Ankur from a usability standpoint. What Nancy demonstrated was excellently done. But my question is that something that Ankur can do, right? Because, see, I have received this kind of evaluation where I've been told that when you are speaking like your mom, speak like your mom, say that, Saurabh, don't do like this, but that's not me. That is the evaluator who's doing it. You know, this is something that will not come to me, that does not suit my personality. Whether it suits Ankur's personality is for Ankur to decide. I'm not saying that the recommendation was bad. The recommendation was excellent. That's why I said that from a contest standpoint, this is one of the best evaluation speeches that I've heard today. But from a speaker standpoint, I would advise and recommend the speaker to exercise caution, because what is doable for Nancy, what is natural for Nancy may not be doable for you. And I've seen many a speaker trying to take such feedback at face level and try to implement it as is, and that became disastrous for them, right? After that, they never came back to the stage because that's not them. So exercise caution, practice it in private, be comfortable, and then do it. It's an excellent technique, but not for everyone. I, for instance, can never do this. Never in my entire life. That's not my style of comedy, and I will never even attempt it. I may never come back to speak if I try that once because I know I'll do a very bad job at that. So that is my take on the evaluation. Nancy, one excellent thing about Nancy's evaluation is today particularly, not every day. I don't know what she had for breakfast today, but whatever she had, I think she should repeat it every day because she came in with a lot of energy onto the stage. Right? She was eager to evaluate. When the speaker sees that the evaluator is coming in with purpose, enthusiasm, and energy, then the speaker actually feels that yes, I want to listen to this person. Right? So the body language, the overall enthusiasm was very high. And that is something that I really appreciate in any evaluator. So that was showing during the entire evaluation. Ankur, you are doing a great job in humor. I think you are slowly finding your own sweet spot in terms of humor. Your humor is somewhere, observational, come self-deprecating, come a bit of slapstick. You're kind of bringing it all together, creating a very unique mix, which is excellent. One thing that Nancy mentioned to you is about the review of rhetorical devices. I have to comment you on this as well. See, using the same rhetorical device over and over again makes the speech very boring and it looks more like a hard-coded, algorithm where everything seems like, you're multiple times you're using rule of three. Then it becomes the beauty of your speech that I'm noticing, and not only this one, the previous ones also I've noticed this that you are using a repertoire of rhetorical devices. So you are not using only one, you're using multiple types of rhetorical devices. You're using metaphors, you're using similes, you're using rule of three, episodes, and all of these things, what is happening is that because you're using it, so if you're using multiple types of rhetorical devices in the same speech, you can use them and it does not sound orchestrated, manufactured, or artificial. So very good job, Ankur. You are growing as a speaker, not only from a contest standpoint, but even as a quality of speeches and as a quality of speaker. Can we have a big round of applause for both the speaker and the evaluator, please? With this, I'm going to move on to the table topic evaluator for today. The table topic evaluator, I'm already in love with him because of one very simple reason, his introduction. Whenever we ask for introduction in Toastmaster, we get a full essay. Some people send their resume to us. Some people say, this is my LinkedIn profile. Go and check here. This man, he sent us 3 lines saying that I'm simple, fun-loving, and I love sports. I mean, how can modesty be, so real in today's world is what you keep me guessing, Toastmasters, Shivadu. Please do us the favors and evaluate our table topic speakers today.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Let me go about the first speakers, how he had done. So let me read out one by one. About the Toastmaster Ravi, started very well and talked about a particular topic very nicely. He straightforward and use a little few crutch word also. If you avoid it, that will be good. Yeah. Let me go with the second one, Chichita. Sorry if I spelled wrong. Started very well. Your points were really good. The word we used, it was really appropriate to the particular topic. It was really good, really excellent speech delivery. The third speaker is Murali. It was a really good speech, good attempt as well. Stand and deliver. Good hand gesture and straightforward. That speech was. The fourth speaker, Toastmaster Dave. Great hand gesture. Your topic content was really good. I really love the way you deliver the speech structure and the way of deliver. It was really good. Information was excellent. I really love the way you deliver the speech about the particular topic. The fifth speaker, guest Pooja, stand and deliver. Little crutch word user avoided, it will be good, straightforward. The sixth speaker, Toastmaster Boomer. Voice, you have very good voice, loud voice, excellent message, good hand gesture. I felt your camera is not very focused, little bit far. That's what I felt. It's very difficult to have if stage, if you have an online meeting, call hybrid meeting like this. Good to have. The seven speakers, Next speaker is Toastmaster Ankur. Great utilization of time, great attempt as well. The last speaker, Toastmaster Rahul, your point was really good. I really love the way you deliver. 2 point we explained is really good. Your mind was very clear what's supposed to tell. Excellent speech. Appreciate on that. Then finally, I come to the table topic master, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. What the table topic master today we have. We have 7 topic we given. The topic was really apt to the our team. It was really good. You welcome the audience and also you introduce the table topic session, how it, what is that and all, explain a great explanation. And also you have encouraged the speaker and you appreciated given the feedback in 1 or 2 lines. Excellent. I really really allowed the way you given given the session. Overall, it's a great meeting. Overall, it's a great tabletop session. I really enjoyed. Yep. So I don't want to add much detail about each speaker. It's really good. The main things, the table topic, based on my experience, based on content and structure, and use word of the day, idiom of the day if it's possible, and use the quotes. If you start your speech, start with some other introduction and conclude it, and you make sure that you're going to give us some information, not just straightforward, not just giving the message what you thought. And also you have 30 seconds, you can think about a particular topic, you can press it. Be happy. Over to evaluation session. Over to G. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivaru. Before I evaluate the PP's evaluation, can I ask a question to the table topic master Mamta? Are you there? Table topic master Mamta Jain, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, are you there? Is Mamta there? Okay. So then I'll pass on the question to the rest of us. So the question that I have is that the evaluator motivates the speaker, right? The evaluations. What motivates the evaluator? When does an evaluator feel motivated? Anyone?
A good speech, or no, at least I take that as a challenge. Like where can I find a
No, not
point?
a challenge. I'm saying when does the evaluator's feels motivated? What motivates an evaluator?
Oh, what motivates the evaluator, right? It's a good speech, basically. That's for me.
What is your thought? What motivates an evaluator? You are on mute, Mamta.
The things that are
Please repeat what you are asking.
getting the opportunity, the stage to give feedback to someone.
The opportunity to provide feedback motivates the evaluator. Okay, Mamta, what motivates an evaluator?
What motivates me?
Mamta, it's not
Our
a
evaluator gives the constructive and very encouraging feedback to the speakers,
Okay,
and
but
it
that
is
is what the
very
evaluator
engaging.
gives. Okay, Rahul, what motivates the evaluator?
When the general evaluator evaluates the evaluator.
Sorry?
Whenever the general evaluator itself evaluates the evaluator, right? It'll give more motivation for the evaluator.
I can take a call. Yeah.
Yes, Sanjay. What motivates the evaluator?
I think one of the things that will motivate evaluator is when they see that feedback into the speech that someone gives us the next time. Maybe that's something will motivate that, yeah, that feedback is taken and we are helping someone grow to the next level. I think that should motivate.
Lovely. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Sanjay? What motivates an evaluator is the implementation of the feedback, right? If I'm giving a lot of feedback and the next time the person is doing the same, every speaker that I'm giving the feedback is doing the same, it demotivates the evaluator. They feel that, I'm just coming here and wasting time. I'm saying what I have to say, no one really cares. Mamta, I loved your table topic session today because I gave you a feedback some time back that your topics are way too long and you explain the topics and you don't need to do that. Your topics have to be short, right? So that you are giving the speakers the opportunity to speak. A table topic master should not herself be speaking on the topic. That's what I said. And you implemented that. So thank you so much. Each of your topic was actually pretty short, strongly worded, unambiguous, and exactly how a table topic should be. This is what I had suggested. These are the words I had used. I remember I said that the topic should be very unambiguous because some of your topics kept me wondering what exactly is the topic, right? So you implemented each of them, and it was a very tight table topics section that you conducted. The result of that is that it's 12:45 and we are almost done with the meeting. We're almost at the fag end of the meeting. You so efficiently ran that section. That's why we are going to be on time. So today, if we are on time, Mamta, the entire credit goes to you. No one but you. Thank you so much for doing a beautiful job as a table topic master. Can we have a big round of applause for Postmaster Mamta Jai? Okay, moving on to the table topic evaluator. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for taking up the role because we did not have anyone coming forward and taking this role. This is not a traditional Toastmaster role, and that is where a lot of people hesitate to take up this role because they don't know exactly what's the expectation. You did a great job in terms of someone who's. I'm not sure if you have done this role before, even if you have done it or not done it, but you did a very good job in terms of the recommendation. Typically, what I've seen in this role is that people come here and we keep on because they use the typical CRC structure, commendation, recommendation, commendation. But the problem is the table topic evaluator gets a total of 5 minutes for all the 10 speakers or 8 speakers, so roughly around 30 seconds to 1 minute per speaker. And in that time, if you're trying to use the CRC structure, then you're gone, right? So that does not work. So what you did not do is you did not use CRC structure and all that. You just stuck to the recommendations, and you have some very solid recommendation that this person used a lot of ones and fillers. This person should have come right up to the point. This person should have done this, done that. The only feedback I have for you is, and this is not related to evaluation, you are using the same adjective over and over again. Very good, nice, nice, very good, nice. So try to use more specific adjectives in terms of what nice and what good, right? Because the good is not the same good for everyone. So someone used good vocal variety, someone used good body language. So what was good? What was nice? Just use that instead of saying your speech was very good, your speech was very nice. So that was that invitation is something that is avoidable for any evaluations that you do in the future. Thank you for coming here and thank you for doing an excellent job as a table topic evaluator today. Can we have a big round of applause for our table topic evaluator and a table topic master, Toastmaster Mamta Jain and Toastmaster Shubha? Thank you. With this, I'm going to move on to the evaluation of the rest of the meeting. But before that, let me, just finish off with the title team as well. And let me now invite the timer. Very quickly, Sanjay, please share the timer's report.
Yeah, I can share my screen, but I think no one is disqualified. Everyone was in time. There were two evaluators, Nancy and Devashish, and Dave, who were kind of beyond the time, but they were within that 30 seconds grace period, so everyone is in time, so no one is disqualified.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay. Sanjay, quick question for you. What are some of the things that Toastmaster teaches us?
A lot of things that Toastmaster teaches us. It's what.
Tell me three top things that Toastmaster teaches us.
I think the first one is obviously the communication is the key.
Communication.
How do you kind of manage time?
Manage time.
Third one is listen carefully.
Oh. And the fourth one is humility, modesty, right? So if, for people who don't know, Sanjay is a very senior executive in one of India's largest real estate companies. And he's a senior director there. Generally, when we walk into the corporate, the general feeling is, you want me to keep time? Seriously? Do you know how much do I get paid by the minute? And you want to keep time? And here there is a man sitting with us for the last 2 hours, showing you green, yellow, and red cards, right? And watching your time to ensure that you don't go over time, right? So one of the most important things that Toastmaster teaches us is modesty and humility. That you may be a big shot, you may be a CEO, you may be a founder of a company, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be an army man, whatever you are, but your learning is still incomplete. Till the time you die, your learning is still incomplete. And that modesty, that humility is something that if you keep on practicing every week, then you will never be too large to fail. And that's what Toastmaster Sanjay is. So thank you so much, Sanjay, for he took the role of the listener last week. Now he took up the role of the timer. and he's getting prepared to become a complete holistic Toastmaster. So Sanjay, you are amazing. Thank you.
Thanks,
We're
Saurabh.
going to
Thanks.
move on to the next role taker, which is our language evaluator for today, Toastmaster Rahul. Rahul is already sharing his screen. No time to waste, straight to business, Rahul. Yeah.
Yeah. So today we didn't have a lot of filler words from most of our speakers. Only notable ones from Toastmaster Ankur. During his speech, he used a lot of and our topic evaluator used a lot of like used one word nice a lot of times, and Toastmaster Ravi also used a lot and a lot. And a couple of recommendations was to going to Toastmaster Ravi saying that I go into analysis and paralysis, which is the right sentence could be I get into analysis and paralysis. And other good usage of words, for example, are like Toastmaster Ankur using system format, some bias, prejudice, and judgment, and first captify. And I'll just post this screenshot in the chat so you can go through it. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. That's a very crisp and a sharp report from Mr. Rahul, our language evaluator. Moving on, our listener for today, Toastmaster Nirmita. Nirmita, are you there? Yes, Nirmita. 3 questions, 3 to 5 questions.
Okay, great. So I will be asking the questions. You can raise your hands, but don't answer before I finish my question. All of you. Okay. So the first question is a little bit on the scientific or the biological side. Our Toastmaster of today have given a lot of insights on the scientific side. So one was the prefrontal cortex. So the question is, what is this prefrontal cortex is responsible for? I can see the smile from Prapurna, but anyone else who remembers?
Impromptu thinking,
Ankur has raised his hand.
Yes, Toastmaster Ankur.
Yeah, impromptu thinking, like it's system one coming up the like initial thoughts when we are asked a question.
Okay. Is the answer correct, Toastmaster Prapurna?
Yeah, but decision making will be the correct answer.
Right. The correct answer is, of course, impromptu thinking is a part of it, but decision making and reasoning is the right answer. Okay, so the next question is on the humor side, that what is brainstorming practice is called in Bihar?
Nancy has raised her hand. Yeah, Nancy.
Yes, Nancy.
In person.
That's called Panchayati.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, going on the third question. So our Toastmaster Paduka, she spoke about invisible hands. So how many invisible hands did she mention which has been motivating her life? How many?
3.
Anyone else who wants to try? Uh, no one else? Okay. Toastmaster Paduka, is 3 right answer or 4?
I told actually multiple, but yeah, I spoke more around 4 overall.
4.
Yes.
Those are parents, boss, Toastmaster, and God. Those were the 4 names which were talked about. Okay, one quick one. Our Toastmaster Shiva, he suggested one practice for everyone, which is also practiced by Sachin Tendulkar.
Left hand and right hand, for mouse movement.
Yes, perfect. Can I ask last one question? Okay, the last question is, Toastmaster Debashis is not here, but it's when he was speaking, uh, before how many years he changed organization, which made him realize the importance of shift in the mindset.
Nancy has raised her hand.
Yes, Nancy.
10 years.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm done with my 5 questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nirmita. Very pointed questions. One quick suggestion, not for you session, but for generally I'm saying. The listener, I think we should start also educating them that you can ask questions on listening as a whole, active listening, right? For example, what dress was that person wearing? So Toastmaster Devashish is not there in the meeting right now. What was the color of his t-shirt? right? So that actually helps us see if we were mentally present in the meeting as well. Or for example, that this particular person had a curtain, right? What was the color of the curtain? Or there was some clock behind him, something like that, right? Or name 5 objects which were there behind him, something which makes it interesting for someone. So try to go beyond just asking questions related to speeches. Thank you. Can we have a big round of applause for the timer, the family evaluator, and the listener today? Thank you everyone for taking up the role. No major feedback. We are almost on time. We are going to probably end on time. I'm really rooting for it. So if we can have quickly the closure done today, then we will be ending the meeting on time. A good meeting. I think somewhere we have now got used to this practice of doing great meetings, irrespective of the number of people in the audience. I think that's good. But having said that, I think now it's time to come back from holidays and see the usual strength of the Gabbys of 30, 40, 50 people joining the meetings. I think the entire PR team and all of you, I would request you to start pushing your people, getting guests and get those things so that the meetings are much more livelier and more participative. So with this, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Prapunan. Perhaps you hand over it back to me again for the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Saurabh. So today we had this session on rewiring your brain. So I had this one small activity left. I'll try it now. I'll give this phrase to you. I'll rewire my brain. I'll reframe my life. What I wanted to do is use of crescendo technique. Crescendo technique is you can shift your mental energy by the way by modulating your voice. That will create that subtle shift in your mind, which will make you more energetic. If you create your mood better for that particular day, maybe that particular action will get better. So let me try this in 3 variations. I'll reframe my life. I'll rewire my brain. I'll reframe my life. How about saying, I'll rewire my brain. I reframe my life. Now I have increased the voice. So, how about having a big smile on my face? I'll rewire my brain. I reframe my life. So, I'm modulating my voice, increasing the energy, but also having a smile on my face. And if I'm doing all these things, it will, you can use it as a technique to give the positive auto suggestion to your mind so that you can do all your things better. Some people might use the activities like exercise for this. Some people use this vocal modulation techniques or some other, so which some people use journaling. Whatever the way you do, try it out, rewire your brain according to the your choice. There are so many techniques available which can't be covered in one particular session. So uh, what I wanted to suggest is rewiring your brain can be done through multiple ways. Choose Make a choice out of which you like. By this, I'll be handing over the stage to the presiding officer for today's meeting and calling it a closure for today's theme, rewiring your brain. Over to you, DTM Saurav.
So much, Toastmaster Prapunan. So for a very beautiful theme, I think a theme that all of us can relate to, because we're constantly doing this, rewiring our brains to new requirements, new challenges. Can we have a big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day? It is not easy being a team out of a meeting. The entire 2 hours, you have to be in the meeting, present in the meeting, keep the people engaged. There's a lot of pressure. So I always appreciate people taking up this role. I avoid taking this role unless and until a gun is putting on my head by the VP. So thank you for taking this and doing this great job. Okay, so we'll quickly take some feedback from people. Any guests in the room? I still see yes. We have Shiva. Hello, Shiva. Very quickly, how was the meeting?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for the opportunity. Be a role taker of today's meeting. It was a great meeting. So especially in this weekend, and even this when people attending with the experienced Toastmasters, I felt really happy to attend this meeting because I never got bored any point of time. Whether topic, so speaking with a prepared speech or even a TMOD at a evaluation session. It was a really great session, a lot of information, a lot of takeaway from that. After a long time, I'm attending this kind of meeting, so more than 1.5 hours. So it was really good and it's worthwhile to attend the meeting. Yeah, thanks again. Thanks once again.
Thank you so much. We have two guests in the room. Why don't you guys come here? We want to hear your feedback as well. Please come in front of the camera. Use this. Just hold it in front. Then come here.
It was very well organized, and all the speakers did their best, even the evaluators, listeners, and every part of it. And yeah, it was time bound, and everything seemed great.
Thank you.
So for me, I feel it's a very much organized connection college club where everything being planned before 30 minutes of every minute we used to plan everything. But here it's way more organized and it's more formal, I would say. That's better actually for us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I have my friend, long time I have not heard his voice, silently sitting there and stalking me. Toastmaster Noor Mohammed, can I have your feedback, please? Okay, he wants to speak to me. Ankur. Thank you. Okay. So, are we good with the results? Because Noor is not very talk to me.
He's just filling up the form, right? 8 responses.
8 responses, okay. Can you send me, how do I get to see? Send it to me on, why don't you send it to me on private chat on this one? Okay. So I'm just getting it, another 10 seconds, the results will be in and I will be announcing. In those 10 seconds, if Padma, you want to tell us something on how to rise and shine, something that we are doing well.
Yeah. So as usual, yes, I love the Gabbys meeting. So I mean, I love the way that it is being always structured well, right? And we always see for improvement. I know one part is winding up on time, but we still, work hard on it every single time. So I love that fact about it. And yeah, I think we need to now start thinking out of the box, and we need to spread our wings, because that's how I think right now. It's like bring something new onto the table. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. One good thing about this club meeting, which I like, is that the Saturday morning, giving 2 hours is not a joke, because for many of us, it's a work day. And for many of us, it's the start of the weekend, right? So it's very difficult to discipline yourself to do that. Last 5 years, we have been doing that consistently. And yeah. So that is something, how time flies, these 2 hours they just pass by. I mean, if you're there in the meeting, it doesn't feel that you're feeling bored and you just want this to get over. I've never felt that feeling ever in the Gabbys meeting. Ankur, we are having terrible amount of time. We are having a terrible time today with this speakers thing. This is why I keep on saying you have to come in person, because they miss Ankur. Anytime Ankur is not here, the speakers misbehave. So please ensure you're here next time to make them fall in line, right? Yes, the speakers are a problem today, for God knows why. And they absolutely let us down today. So sincere
And
apology.
maybe one camera facing the audience as well. I do not know whether it's possible. Just
We had to remove, because we were trying a new setup where we are trying to use this podium camera and that another camera.
Yeah.
Right? So we are having two view of the speaker. We are experimenting this as well, because some of the speakers are more comfortable in the lectern, and we want to give them the chance to speak from the lectern as well. So multiple experiments we keep on doing. This is one experiment. We'll probably have a new camera added for the audience view from next time. But only when we have got a sizable amount of audience. You just don't want to show empty chairs to the rest of the world, right? So doesn't make sense. So do we have the results ready? Those taking where?
Over private chat here.
Why did I not get it?
I was first mistake.
No, you sent it to the wrong.
Oh,
I'll send a hi to you. I got it now. Thank you so much. Okay, the best auxiliary role taker for today is Toastmaster Nirmita Bhattacharya. Nirmita, are you still there with us? Oh, yes. Please do come on camera. We want to put you on spotlight. You go on the posters. Best role taker for today is Toastmaster Prapunna and Toastmaster Mamta Jain, table topic master and the Toastmaster of the day. Congratulations, Toastmaster Prapunna and Toastmaster Mamta. Can we please have all of these role takers spotlighted? Okay, the best evaluator again is being shared by two people. Voters have been generous today. They have been everyone. The best evaluator, except for me. Best evaluator for today is again is joint award won with the distinguished Toastmasters. Both of them are DTMs. DTM Devashish Das and DTM Nancy Goyal. So DTM Nancy, is there a way we can see you also on the camera? No? Probably you can join me here on the stage. That could be one way of seeing you on the camera. Okay, please do join us. And the best speaker today is Toastmaster. Ah, there she is. Yes. So that's Pushpa. That's Pushpa. Yeah, Pushpa side. Okay. So Pushpa is and Nancy. Nancy is the award winner here. And the best speaker for today is Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma. Ankur, time to switch on your camera again, my friend. Yeah, see. Yes, Ankur. And the best TT speaker is Devashish Das in absentia. Okay, so those are our winners on the screen, except Ankur and except Pushpak and me. All others are winners. Okay, please take a screenshot with that one. Done. Please confirm when it's done.
Done.
Done. Okay, thank you. And we are done with this meeting. It's 12:06. And here I call this meeting as adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.